All
All right,
right.
welcome back to Not From Boston, everybody. I'm Bennett,
We're
and
back.
I'm going to therapy twice this week, which should tell you how I'm doing.
I actually am also going to therapy twice this week. How about that?
What?
I said I'm also going to therapy twice this week. So how about that?
Nice. Yeah, dude, small town, big drama. It's fucking crazy.
Crazy, crazy.
My God.
What's been nothing you want to share on the podcast, I would assume.
I mean, just like, I'm gonna put it this way. Let's pretend you're still single for a second. If like
Okay.
you and I are at a thing, at an event, and there's a girl there, and I'm like, hey man, don't hit on her. I'm trying to, ask her out or get with her,
Sure,
whatever.
okay.
And then I catch you two later, like hooking up. Like you and I would have a problem, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
That's the like super simplified version of what's going on here.
Okay. I see.
So
So
not involving
who's
like I'm not one of the parties involved. I'm just like a friend of the
you're on the
people
outside,
affected.
yeah.
But like, ugh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No fun. No fun.
yeah,
Well, that's what a good therapist is for, right?
yeah. But
Um,
what's not dramatic at all currently?
it's the Red Sox.
The Boston Red Sox.
Dude,
Yeah,
crazy. Crazy. They are seriously like rolling in a way that I honestly, I mean, I said it last week. I was like, oh, this is the week they got to do it, which I always say, but like this actually was the week that was, if there was a quote unquote one that got away, like that would have been this week. You know what I mean? Like you gotta win minimum 5 out of 6. They really should sweep the Rockies tonight, but they did it.
yeah.
They played great. They've been playing great. They've been scoring runs at a torrid pace. They've been pitching really, really well. Bayo had a great, amazing start yesterday. Amazing performance from Bayo last night. It's Wednesday on the day of recording. Um, dude, I don't know. It seems like I mean, we're riding some we're riding some good mojo into Tampa Bay. That's a huge series. Luckily, we'll have Crochet on the mound for that series, which is always a good thing. But dude, we've been Trevor Story is like suddenly the hottest hitter in baseball. Like I can't believe I read the last month he's the most productive shortstop in the American League. Like I can't even believe that is coming out of my mouth right now.
Yeah, two shortstops in all of baseball with 15 or more homers and 55 or more runs batted in. Ellie De La Cruz, Trevor Story.
Crazy. Like
We
what
wanted to
in the
DFA this
world?
guy like a month ago. Shows
Dude,
what we know.
baseball's a funny sport. It's a very funny sport. Like you people get hot at the weirdest times and we'll look back if he keeps this going even half of what he's doing right now and he ends up with an 805 OPS and we look back at the end of the season, we're like, man, Trevor Story, he had a good year.
Yeah,
23 home runs. He's on pace right now to hit like 27 homers, which is super good for a shortstop.
I think that'll be his most since he left Colorado.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
yeah, it's
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you want to start, but
yeah.
we're
Well,
looking good. I'm happy with things.
let's start in our hometown. Let's start in DC. Let's start with the Nats. You and I think we've both been to Sox Nats games. I'm sure we've been
Plenty.
to Sox Nats games together too. Uh,
Hmm.
I remember going. I remember I went. I think this was like this was right after the Sox won the World Series. So this was like '08, I think. Went to a game. Went to two out of the three games. One was with Mr. Harvey from our
Yeah.
old elementary school, and the other was with my folks and our neighbors. And the second game was the day that Michael Jackson died. And I remember like being at the game and like the game getting ready. And I get a phone call from my mom, and I'm just like, "Hey, where are you?" Because she's supposed to be there. I'm like, "Hey, where are you?" She just yells into my ear like, "Michael Jackson's dead!"
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, dude, I actually will never forget that day. I
I
will
mean,
never forget the day. So total aside, by the way.
yeah,
Let me pull this up. Natasha, for those of you who don't know, my wife, my incredible wife, is named Natasha. She sent me this. Have you seen this thing about Michael Jackson's meal preferences on his flight?
no,
Bro, I'm gonna go super fast 'cause I know we're on a time crunch today. So this is what he would tell the airlines every day when he flew. Breakfast, KFC original chicken breasts, mashed potatoes, corn, biscuits, scrambled eggs with jelly, gravy, and butter. Lunch, KFC original chicken breast, mashed potatoes, gravy on the side, corn on the cob, biscuits with jelly and butter. Dinner, KFC original chicken breast, mashed potatoes, gravy on the side, corn on the cob. Dessert, rarely eats dessert, but will ask for a sundae 1 out of 10 times flying. Eats mostly gum and mints for dessert.
It's
What the fuck? All he ate was KFC and mints?
dude, he that just like I think further proves the point that like he did a lot of like really fucked up shit, but he was like trapped as a child, like development, like he was just a child, like
No, he was trapped as a kid. 100%.
doesn't really
100%.
excuse any of the evil
Anyway,
shit,
okay,
but
Nats, Red Sox, Michael Jackson. So
yeah.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. But Nats, Red Sox. So listen, I think we went into this series knowing that this had to be a sweep. The
Yeah.
Nats are a tricky team. They're not. Their record is not representative of the team that they are. James Wood is a fucking superstar in the making. Um, what's the two hitter for them? The other guy with the dreads.
CJ Abrams?
Abrams, superstar in the making.
Yeah.
Like this reminds me of when the Nats had I blank on everyone's name. Soto coming up, and then they had that center fielder.
Oh, was it
Uh,
Robles? Was it
yeah,
Victor
Robles.
Robles?
Those
Yeah.
two coming up. Those two coming up was like a huge deal for them, right?
Yeah.
So Nats kind of always have young guys in the pipeline. They obviously have good pitching. I
Yeah.
think that their veteran presence is very weak. They're missing a lot of key pieces in the team, but this easily could have been a bogey situation where you come out of there 1 out of 3 and you're like, fuck, the season's over. And we showed up, man. We hit the tar out of the ball.
Yeah. I
Pitching
mean,
performances were great.
yeah, we got really lucky that we didn't have to face Mackenzie Gore, who is like the one, gun in their arsenal that is really, really effective. But I think,
Yes.
we there was just seemed to be like a different mentality, especially coming out of our pitchers, um, on this series, like because it feels like a lot of the time this season when we've watched, Giolito go up against like one of the bigger bats in a lineup, there is like he's a little bit more timid. Like the pitchers don't look as sure of themselves. They're kind of pitching around him, trying to paint. And we just went right after these guys, went right after Wood, went right after Abrams,
Love it.
just and they missed on a lot of stuff. And it was really confident pitching, and it was fantastic. It was exactly what we needed. Um Winning games by like not just winning games, but like winning games by a lot. Like,
Yeah, the run production has been out of control. I mean, we'll talk about standout guys, but Sadon and Story are like
yeah.
Sadon is like the hottest hitter on the fucking planet right now. I can't
Thi-
even believe
This is where I've
he
scheduled.
was almost like a shoe to make the All-Star game at this point.
So this is where I've written in that we do our All-Star detour because it is fucking
Insane.
that
Insane.
Rafaela and Narvaez, the fact that neither of them made the All-Star team.
Insane.
Julio
And I
Rodriguez,
will say the fact that Bregman made it and
I
hasn't
know.
played in like 2 months. Like what?
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez made it in center,
Oh,
and he's got a OPS under 7. He's
that's
got a below
despicable.
average.
That's despicable.
It's yeah, it's crazy. There's no like metric really where Rafaela isn't better. And we've given him a lot of grief. I mean, I've given him a lot of grief like this season and last, but I mean, he's a stud. He is, exactly. I mean, he's playing his best baseball, and he should
Yeah.
be at the All-Star game, and so should Narvaez.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Abreu could be a shoe-in for an all-star spot. There's a few guys that I think got snubbed. The Julio Rodriguez thing is that can't happen.
Yeah, that's just outrageous.
Bro, Julio Rodriguez, just to be honest, has not been good for like 3 years. He won
Yeah,
Rookie of the Year, basically just hasn't been good since then. So
yeah,
I have a huge problem with the fan voting. I always have had a problem with the fan voting. I remember 2021. Fortunately, it ended up working out, but I think that was Xander's year where he had like 50 doubles that year. Like he was
mhm,
just on fire. And he, up until really the last week when there was like a huge charge to get him to the front, Bo Bichette, who had like a 220 batting average and like a 700 OPS, was like way ahead of him in the voting because
yeah.
all of Canada just votes for the Blue Jays. So
There,
it's like one country voting for one guy versus one city voting for another, like the country is going to win.
Right. There was a stretch last year where like it wasn't a certainty that Jaron Duran was going to make. In fact,
I
by
know.
fan voting, he didn't get in. It
Yeah.
was, which is again like bananas. Um, I mean I kind of like because I voted for the in the All Star for the All Star thing. I
No,
kind
I always
of like
do.
it,
I always do too, for sure.
but it is crazy how it can shake out sometimes. Like Juan Soto did not make an All Star team.
Yeah, and he is dude, his numbers are really good now.
He had a slow start to the year, but that is par for the course for him. And now he's like a walk king. He's mashing. He's also like, I'm sorry, like if I'm Steve Cohen, I'm like a little pissed that the guy that I'm paying, $75 million a year or whatever, isn't an all-star,
Hmm.
Like it,
And on top of that, Fernando Tatis made the All-Star team as an outfielder.
yeah,
Fernando Tatis also hasn't been good this year at all.
yeah. So
Mookie Betts almost made the team.
yeah,
I mean, what the hell? Yeah.
it's just because like everyone knows like the 5 or 10 names, and then they get. Although Juan Soto kind of disproves that rule. I mean,
I think they need to do it. This might be egregious, but the way they do the Hall of Fame, they need to have a committee that selects the All-Stars.
yeah,
Because this is bullshit. I mean, it's the Julio Rodriguez thing really pissed me off, and I don't no disrespect to him. Like he's obviously still a very talented player, but he hasn't been good in like 3 years, and it's like
yeah,
when you get an All-Star appearance on your baseball reference page, that leads to more money in free agency. That leads to way more potential. If you have a borderline Hall of Fame career and you have six
hmm
All Stars instead of two, you're gonna get in. You
yeah,
know, that
yeah.
really makes a difference. So it's bullshit.
I mean, I'm sure we could like go back and like look historically at like, and maybe we'll do that closer to the All Star game of like years
Sure.
where certain players that we would think made it didn't. Because I'm sure they're out there. But it is like the whole point of the All Star game is like I want to see the guys, like I want to see like my guys, my favorite guys, like playing together, uh, from across the league.
Right. Right. Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I
Also,
don't know.
Coley
Anyway,
Coley
so
Mick had a really good. Sorry, well, last thing on this. Like Coley Mick made a really good point on the
yeah.
10 the other day, which was that he's like the All Star break should be on the 4th of July. The All Star game, the Home Run Derby should be on the 4th. The All Star game should be on the 5th. Like it's closer to the middle of
Well,
the season. It
that's the thing. The All Star break isn't the middle of the season.
Yeah, we're past that. It's gonna be like 100 games when we get to the All Star break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the middle of the season. People always assume it is, but we just passed the midway point last week.
yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway, I don't know. The All-Star game, I love the All-Star game. I haven't missed an All-Star game in like 15 years. I watched them all, but like
yeah,
I don't know. I get that it's your favorite players playing against each other, but it does frustrate me when like rookies that are having really good seasons. Bro, there's been MVPs that haven't made the All-Star
yeah.
team.
Mm-hmm.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah,
So, anyway,
yeah,
on that note, a lot of Red Sox guys that potentially got snubbed, just a lot of guys in general that potentially
yeah.
got snubbed, but um a couple standout performers in this past, the series that were. Yeah, Narvaez has been hitting really, really well. Obviously, Story's been on a tear. Sadon should have made the All-Star team. Wilyer Abreu has been on a tear ever since he came off the IL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Inside the park home run against Cincinnati. He's got seven. He leads the team with 17 home runs.
yeah,
Um, so the offense looks super great. I mean, I feel very confident. Obviously, especially with the current series in Colorado, we're basically facing AAA pitching.
right.
And that's, Kyle Freeland is their best pitcher, and he threw yesterday, and we put, what, 9 up earned runs on him. So
Yeah,
I think we can't run with this as like, oh, we're back and we're going to score a ton of runs against Tampa Bay. But I think it gives us a big boost. Like when you're confident, Trevor Story's got to be feeling so confident at the plate. He's
yeah.
not. I heard a really interesting bit from Lou Merloni yesterday, who said Trevor's problem in the middle of the season, like earlier when he was struggling, is he was getting into a lot of two strike counts. He's
Mm-hmm.
notorious for biting at those breaking balls away with two strikes. He always
Yeah,
swings at them. He's just attacking the first pitch now. Story has been crushing first pitch fastballs. So it's a different approach. Something in the clubhouse has changed. Hey, if you see a first pitch, it doesn't matter if there's nobody on, no guy on first, two
yeah.
outs, whatever. Fucking hit the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a
So,
great. These are this team, like the Nats, the Rockies, like these are two good teams to do that against, especially because like
yep.
they're just bad teams. Like they're bad at pitching. I but even still, like it's been really nice to see our rotation, stretch out again with like against weaker lineups, but still like, Giolito's going deeper into games. Even Bueller had a nice game, against the Nats.
Yeah, he did. He had a good game.
I mean, it's important though, like just to like build this momentum now with these guys because it's gonna be a little harder against the Rays. And going in, being 48 and 45 or 49 and 45, which hopefully we are after we sweep the Rockies today, like
Yeah.
is a much better position to be in going 4 games against the Rays and then coming out of the All-Star break playing, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Dodgers, who are all first place teams.
Yep.
Like we want to, have as many wins as possible now because we might have to, that might be offset, in a couple of weeks. Um, but I'm just enjoying watching Red Sox baseball right now, which is great. Um,
Yeah. Obviously, with the pitching, Bueller had a really, really good start. Crochet had probably one of his worst starts of the season
yeah,
against the Nats,
still wasn't that
which
bad.
was interesting. Yeah, it's funny because I was going to say, I think what did he fin? What was his final line? It's like 3 earned runs through 6. Like that's still really good, you know?
Yeah. But I don't know with the Rocky series, like, oh wait, hang on. Here's Crochet's line. Yeah, 5 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts.
Bro, that's fucking
Not a
fine.
bad,
2 runs through 5. If
not a
that's a
bad
bad
night.
start,
Yeah.
um,
But
yeah, I mean, getting Bueller to throw quality starts. Bayo has been just a quality start machine. Like I feel much more confident. Anyway, what were you
yeah,
gonna say?
I was just gonna move to the Rockies and just like, I mean, my first observation was like, holy fuck, this team
They suck.
sucks.
Yeah,
Like
they
this team
suck.
is,
I feel bad.
they're atrocious.
I feel
Um,
bad for Rockies fans because actually, their attendance is still pretty high. Like
yeah,
Colorado fans, my aunt and uncle live out in Colorado, and I've met a lot of Rockies fans. Bro, they love baseball. They've been to a World Series. Like the Rockies
yeah,
have been a competitive team, and they've had superstar players. They have Hall of Fame players. Like it sucks, dude. It's really hard. It's like what the White Sox went through last year. The White Sox have
yeah,
legit fans who care about the team, and it's like, fuck, that sucks. You
yeah.
know?
It's really, I mean, I think I remember that World Series so fondly that like I really
Yeah,
enjoy, even though this Rockies team pales obviously in comparison, like it's still
sure.
really fun to watch these two teams play up. And I always think about like game one of that World Series because like we were at your house for that,
Yep. Yep.
and Pedroia leads off with a home run.
The little
Uh,
pop up over the monster. Yep.
yeah, and then it was just like that game. I think it was like 13-1. It was just Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Basically. Um, was not a very like exciting World Series for anyone who's not a Red Sox fan. Um, Also with the Rockies and just in general, we were kind of waiting for Roman Anthony to go.
Dude, he's
Roman Anthony's
going.
going.
He's going. I mean, he hit a 420 something foot home run 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Dead center cut, absolutely smashed it. Yeah, I think again, it's a big confidence building period for him. That is why it's important. You can only win the games that are in front of you, and when you
Hmm.
play these kind of weaker teams, you really got to blow them out. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to. Like, you can't, even in our men's league, we say the same thing. When we play the weak teams, we're like, we need to fucking win by 10 runs because you don't want to go into a team against a better, you don't want to go in against a team with a better stature, better pitching, like, fuck, like we barely squeaked by
Hmm.
Colorado. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now it's like, fuck yeah, we're capable of scoring 10 runs. So Anthony's getting going. I love to see that. Meyer definitely struggles with lefties still. I think that's
Yeah.
going to be something that maybe he'll get sent down for at some point again. But it's good to see one of the big three really doing their thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't support Meyer going down. I mean, it's like, come on, Hamilton has a like a much worse bat.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I mean, I think Hamilton is going to maybe just be a trade piece. I
you
don't
know,
really know why, but
yeah. But I mean, Anthony's like he's doing. A couple weeks ago when he was having a tough time, like we were talking about how he's hitting the ball extremely hard. He's just getting very unlucky. And now it's like we are seeing like the natural conclusion of that, which is that he's still hitting the ball hard. It's just now it's actually like not landing in people's gloves. And he's great. I
going
mean,
in play, yeah,
a lot of multi-hit games, he's if he's not scoring runs, he's on base to score, which is just as important.
yep.
Um and yeah, no, I mean I love that. I want to talk also about Brian Bayo.
Dude, what a guy. What a freaking start yesterday. What a
Yeah.
start. And major, major kudos to Alex Cora for letting him finish that game.
I mean, I think you kind of like when you're playing the Rockies, like you're playing a team like that, and your pitcher is shoving, like it's almost like malpractice to pull him, like to burn an arm
Yeah,
on that team and that game, and he's doing fine. It's like, yeah, totally the right call. But Bayo was absolutely like filthy. Complete game, 5 hits, 2 runs, and 10 strikeouts. It's good shit.
dude. Yeah, he was a stud. And I mean, it took, I think Mickey Moniak hit that, which is funny because we went to an Angels game last year where Mickey Moniak hit a grand slam. But
Yeah,
um,
yes, that's right.
yeah, I mean, up until what, 1 out in the ninth inning, yeah, he
Yeah.
gave up a bomb, but like, dude, he was in total control. His stuff is starting to look the way it's moving, like what we thought he would look like.
His
And just on
sweeper's
the Alex Cora
crazy.
thing, I agree with you, bro. It's moving like crazy. I agree with you that it would be like sacrilege to have taken him out there, but we've seen major league managers do stupid ass shit. Like
Yeah.
that would have been to me. I applaud him not just for like doing the baseball move, quote
Mhm.
unquote, but not burning an unnecessary reliever with to get 2 outs in the ninth of a fucking 8 run ball game, you know?
Yeah. Between these
So
six,
I think that was just a great,
yeah.
but
No, I was just saying between these 6 games, our bullpen has gotten a lot of like R&R, which
yeah,
is great. I mean, that's we're gonna need them. We're gonna need all of them for the next 4 games. But uh no, I mean, with I'm sure also part of it is like, obviously Cora, he's well known to be like a player's manager. And we
yeah,
know from the documentary, from the docu-series on Netflix that like Brian Bayo, he holds like has a sets a really high bar for himself. He's really tough on himself and he wants to be out there as much as possible. So like
yeah,
it's like Cora, I think probably knew last night and like or Bayo told him, he was like, hey, I could do it. And Cora was like, yep,
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, I believe you. It's great. It was, and I love seeing a complete game. It's so rare now, which sucks,
I know.
but it was really good to see. Yeah, congrats
Yeah,
to
it's
Bayo.
really really cool, and it's just again like sneaking that sneaking those little extra bits of confidence even against a little team. I don't say little team, but a fledgling team at the moment is just really important. It's really important. You gotta win the games that are in front of you, and you have to perform against the pitchers that are in front of you because
Yeah.
you know that's how Major League Baseball is. Guys get on a tear, and their confidence goes through the roof, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm 10 for 15 right now," and that can really help. So I read something really interesting. Oh, it's literally in our outline. We've scored 70 runs in the first inning,
Yeah,
which is insane.
yeah.
That's insane.
I think going through, I was like, got really curious. I was like, okay, over a certain stretch, how does is there a correlation or is there causation between us going first and winning games? And in the last 23 games we played, we've scored first in 17 of them. We've of those 17 games, we've won 14 of them.
Yeah.
Just like pretty good.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good.
you know, uh, by contrast, there was that run where we were really sucking in like late May to early June, and in that like 22 game stretch, we were 7 for 22. Like we won 7 out of 22 games, and we only scored first 6 times.
Yeah.
And we only won after scoring first 3 times. So like it clearly like scoring first and scoring early matters. Um, and that is like, and you can tell that with this team. Like when this team isn't scoring and it's like the 6th or the 7th, you can tell that the air is out of the balloon.
I think there's a lot of stretch or a lot of excuse me. I think there's a lot of like yeah, like stretching to get balls when we're down. Like the team gets antsy when they haven't scored
Mm-hmm.
early.
Yeah,
This is not a because it's a young team. It's a really young team.
yeah.
It's not a calm, cool, collected. Look how many one-run games we've lost. I know that's gotten better, but
Mm-hmm.
like this is a team that when you've only scored 1 run in the seventh, they're gonna reach out for bullshit pitches and just desperately try to put the ball in play. Like they don't have, not yet at least, the poise from my observation of like, okay, cool,
Mm-hmm.
we're chasing a run here. It's the seventh inning. We haven't gotten anything going. Instead of like swinging at high fastballs, just desperately trying. We're going to take a few pitches. We're going to make the pitcher work. We're going to see if we can just get base runners. That's the main thing. I don't think when we're down, when we're up, we ironically hit for base runners. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I'll take a walk. I'll steal second base. It seems like when we're down, that's where a lot of the mental mistakes come in. The team doesn't quite have the poise to like stay within themselves and play their game when it's a
Mhm.
close game, you know?
Yeah. No,
So,
I completely agree. Yeah, and I mean, it's just been good to see like, we've talked a lot about like, and we're going to talk more about trade stuff in a minute, but like, I talked a lot about, the first base situation. I really, I'm high on the platoon of Romy and Toro. I think that
bro, they're fucking crushing it. Romy is killing the
and
ball.
also Romy plays a really good second base. Like,
Bro, yeah, actually, I find defensively at first, both of them are very solid.
so like, but it's good because I think like that helps build confidence. I think moving Jaron Duran around in the batting order has actually been a really good thing.
Mhm.
I think getting him a chance to see more pitches. Also, he was talking about this in an interview recently about how he has to at home games at the end of the top of the first, he has to sprint to the dugout, get his his pads on, get his gloves on, get his bat, and go straight to hit because he's leading off. I think
Yeah.
like moving him around the orders, like he's seeing the ball differently, and I think it's for the best right now. I think he's doing quite
hmm
well. Um,
Well, I'll tell you what, he definitely saw the ball pretty well yesterday when he fucking hit the ball 454 feet. That's the longest home run at Fenway this year.
tattooed it. Also, Nate Eaton hitting the ball off the ladder.
What the fuck was that? That was crazy. I've never seen it. I think it's
It
the
was
first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, and it's so fucking cool because he dented the rung on the ladder.
So cool.
And I'm
I
like,
thought
that
that was so
don't
awesome.
ever fix that. Don't ever
Yeah, that
fix
was really
that.
cool.
Like
He got sent down this
from
morning,
yeah,
right?
because Yoshida is coming back.
Yeah,
He's
which is going to be
finally
really interesting.
he's
Yeah.
back from the dead.
Yeah, I mean him and Bregman
Yeah.
getting added. Actually, Eaton's been okay, but
No, he has.
him and Bregman coming into the lineup again. We could actually be
Yeah.
looking at like a
Breg,
formidable run here.
yeah. And Bregman, I think they're looking optimistic. I think it's like we might see him before the All-Star break, in fact, at the end
Yeah,
of the
next
day.
week. Um,
Bregman, I think needs obviously he needs an extension, even if like not to play baseball, just like hey, you're Roman Anthony's like personal hitting coach.
yeah, you're like his mentor. Yeah.
Those two
No,
are
I would.
together all
Yeah,
the
they're
time, and
tight.
it's great.
I would love to just get that out of the way, and I know he clearly said he's open to it, and
Yeah,
Boris is Borising and said he's open to it, but um. So let's just look ahead. I mean, real quick, just at the series coming. Obviously, Tampa Bay, 4 game set at Fenway. That's a huge series
yeah,
because we are currently 1 game out of the wild card. The Yankees have been putting a smackdown on Seattle. They play today. We've been putting a smackdown on Colorado. Hopefully, if things go well, fingers crossed, knock on wood, by the end of the day, we'll be in that wild card spot.
hmm
And that leaves Tampa Bay a half game ahead of us.
yeah,
So I think there's real possibility to not only get back in the playoffs, but scoot up into that second spot. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think the pressure of like we have to. There's no like we have to sweep this series the way it felt like with the Rockies and the Nationals. But man, taking 3 out of 4 from Tampa Bay, and we do get Crochet in this series. We will
yeah,
get Bayo in this series. We'll get Giolito, who's been red hot in that
mhm,
series.
yeah. I, I think
Yeah,
3 out of 4 obviously like
huge,
would be huge. A sweep would be massive.
massive, massive.
I personally like I'm like maybe this is like me being kind of like a cynic or like whatever. I'm like I'll take a split. I actually like a
Yeah,
split
I would too.
is
I would too. I would take a split.
where like the landscape doesn't really change going into the All-Star break. Like that's great. Because I just we need to go in to the All-Star break with like a real playoff shot. And
Yeah,
like
we do. And here's the reason, real quick, why a split is fine too. Sorry
yeah,
to cut you off, but the reason a split is fine. We've played the Rays in 2 series, away and home. We've beaten them in both series. There will be one more series left, a 3 game set, I believe, at the end of the summer. I think it's in August at their
yeah.
excuse of a stadium. But um, if we split this series, we win the season series outright.
That's a really good point. That's actually really important.
So a split is
Yeah.
the bare minimum requirement of this series because if
Yeah.
we go in, even if we get swept, again, knock on wood, fingers crossed, hopefully it doesn't happen. if we go away and get swept and we split this series, we have a 1 game advantage on the season series. And if it ends up being a tiebreaker, we get that second spot or,
Mhm.
the further up spot in the division,
Yeah.
whatever it ends up coming down to, which people always say, shit, like that doesn't matter. If you're in the playoffs, you're in the playoffs. I couldn't disagree more. I'll
No.
never forget the fact that we won the season series against the Yankees in 2021 is why we had home field advantage in the wild card game and ultimately won that game.
And that,
So
yeah. And I
it
mean,
matters.
that was and also like that, let alone the fact that like, I think there were, I mean, I think with the 2021 game, like just like that was the most electric I've ever seen a Red Sox like playoff game.
Sick. Dude, I missed the wild card game. I missed the wild card game.
The game, it makes more sense to me than the series. But yeah, I mean, with the Rays here, it's
Yeah.
like we want as many, it's as simple as like we want as many wins as possible because if last year is any example, we came in red hot into the All-Star break and we came out cold as ice. We were 3-7 our first 10 games and we got beat up by the Rockies. So like, and this time we have an actual like run of really tough teams to play. It's going to be harder to win games. And we already might be cold. So it's like, let's win as many games as possible so that this
Mm-hmm.
stings a little less. And I like, our dreams aren't dead by the time we're done with the Dodgers, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But since we're short on time, do you want
Yeah,
to just
I
jump
think
right into the
so. I
trade
mean,
stuff?
I also, though, I will say, as far as the Dodgers go,
Hmm.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes, let's jump into the trade stuff. Last little piece on that. The Dodgers have lost 6 games in a row. I think they're currently winning right now, so they are beatable. Just saying, they
Dude,
are beatable.
I watched the highlights yet from last night from Mizorowski pitching against the
Hmm.
Dodgers. That
Bro,
kid's
he's so sick.
he's unfucking real. I mean, we'll get more into him later because he's my
So good.
rose, but like that kid's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so sick.
All right, let's
Okay,
get into it.
trade stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are kind of a few like simple things that we need to get.
Yeah.
One is we need fewer outfielders.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
log.
yeah, we need fewer outfielders. We need a better backup catcher. I really want Connor Wong out of there.
Yeah,
Um,
he's just not productive at all. I mean, unfortunately.
yeah, a first baseman or at least another bat.
Yep.
I'm iffy on the first base thing because of Romy and Toro.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
two or a number two or a number three starter. I
Hmm.
think we need one more starter. I think we need at least one or two more relievers.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I'm looking at what we have written here.
Yeah.
So I think the first and foremost, like the obvious thing is of the pieces that we have to offer, Duran is very clearly like the name on everyone's list.
I think it's Durant and Chapman. I think it's those two are the top of the list.
I don't think we're gonna deal Chapman.
I think I think it makes actually like quite a bit of sense.
I actually agree with that too, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I do think it makes sense, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Chapman is one of those guys where yes, the haul back for him could be insane. However, he has so much experience in the postseason. He's a World Series winner. He's played in like 5 or 6 championship series. If we do get to, what is the actual day of the deadline? Do you know?
It's the
July
30. It's the I think it's actually August 1st.
1st. Okay. So if we're like in this, hypothetical, we've swept the Rockies, we split or beat the Rays, and we're like in the wild card, I don't think there's any way Breslow deals him. I think relief pitching in the postseason is so important, and I think having someone with experience, like I said, it's a young team.
Yeah.
The bullpen is pretty young. The bullpen has like, oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I just cut out for a sec.
Oh,
The bullpen has very little postseason experience, if none at all. So
yeah.
my one holdup is I think that with that in mind, they are not going to trade Chapman. I do think it does make sense, but I don't foresee that happening.
So I think I don't know, with Chapman, I think he comes I think it's important to remember that like in this especially in this day and age,
Oh snap!
am I lagging again?
Now you're back. Now you're
Okay.
back.
In postseason baseball, especially in this day and age, relief pitching is king. Like it is like if you do not
Mhm.
have a deep bullpen, like you are toast. Which means like for all of the contending teams, you know, they're gonna they're more desperate for relief pitching, which means I think we can get a better haul for them. Now that said, if Breslow is looking for a package of prospects that will play baseball for us in like 2 years, 3 years, no, bad deal, not a good
Yeah.
trade for Chapman. If like the Mets are willing to part with one of their starters, like I don't know, like not Kodai Senga, obviously, but like, or if the Phillies are willing to part with a starting pitcher for Chapman, maybe Chapman and Duran, then like
Yeah.
yes, that's a good deal for us. And I,
Yeah.
or even, and then like I think you go back into the market and you use the prospect pool that you have to find additional relievers. Like I think we should ask the A's what their thoughts are on Mason Miller.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's like, he's how old? I think he has 3 or 4 years of team control, right?
Yeah, he
So
threw.
that's a huge,
Yeah,
pickup.
he has a pretty like he doesn't have a great ERA. It's over 4. He throws incredibly hard, incredibly hard.
Yeah, I don't think the ERA numbers are worth looking at when you play for a shitty team.
Yeah, but he's also so he's a closer for the A's now. He
Hmm.
was in initially, I guess, when drafted a starter, and he got turned into a closer. I kind of think that there's merit to like I think this season, say we trade for him somehow, using him
Hmm.
in the back end of the bullpen for 2025. But we go to 2026, it's like let's stretch him out because he can start, and maybe that like
Yeah, totally.
he does better over the course of a game as opposed to like one inning at a time. I think it's worth exploring, but I don't know. Where do you
Yeah.
think if we were to move Chapman, if we're to move Duran, where do you think we move him?
Okay, here's the team. So there's one team that's not in our outline that I want to bring up. I just
Mm.
watched their game last night. The Arizona Diamondbacks
Oh yeah,
are as close. They're as close to out of the playoffs as possible. They're 2.5 games. No, they might be more now because they lost yesterday. I think they're like 3 or 4 games out of the wild card. They're 2 games below 500. They have an again like an embarrassment of riches.
yeah,
The two positions that we keep talking about, obviously Romy and Toro have worked out really well, but like a steady first baseman, like a first baseman and starting pitching, dude, their starting pitching is insane.
yes,
Kelly,
yeah,
that dude's a freak, man. He's a beast, and he's definitely up on the trading block. Josh Naylor, definitely up on the trading block.
yeah,
Those are two, that's a team that I would be happy to see if we ended up being like, all right, we're going to send Chapman over there. Obviously, they wouldn't take Chapman as a rental because they're kind of out of it,
yeah.
but that's a team that we could send a package of pretty solid prospects to
Mhm.
and get those guys back. That's one of the first teams on my list that I'm saying I hate to say because I actually quite like the Diamondbacks. I know we have Ketel Marte on our potential list, which is probably not going to happen,
No,
but
I think that's a long
that's
shot.
it's a pipe dream. But Naylor and Zach Kelly are very realistic
Yeah,
options. Those are like guys that I think very well could get moved. Milwaukee's been hot lately, but in the off chance that they are open to it, I think Reese Hoskins is a guy that I believe is on a 1 year deal there.
yeah,
We love a good right-handed power bat at
yeah.
Fenway.
We do.
Um, the only other person that I'm really interested in, and this is I have no idea what his contract situation, but I went to the Angels series last 2 weeks ago now, and I was talking to my buddy about this. I really like Zach Neto a lot, and he's
Hmm.
kind of a utility. He plays corner outfield. He can play any infield position. He hits for power. He hits for contact.
Yeah.
That's somebody that you could always bring into the fold. I love Kenley Jansen. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, those are the names that come to mind. As far as relief pitching goes, starting pitching is so much easier to identify. Like King from the Padres, Cease from the Padres, but the Padres are in the fight for the postseason. I don't think they're going to be dealing.
Yeah.
Um, which by how good has Nick Pivetta been? What the hell?
Oh my God. It's so weird. It's so strange.
He's so good. He's
I
so good. What's
I
going
actually,
on?
so I disagree a little bit about the Padres because yes, they're in the hunt very much so. They offensively, not a good team. Not a good
Yeah,
team at all. Their outfield, bad. Bad outfield. Jaron Duran, I think, is and we've heard those two, Jaron Duran, San Diego Padres,
yeah,
we've heard them together a lot. That is a fit. That does make a lot of sense. And I do
yep,
think that because Jaron Duran he's getting hot right now, even still, he's not as good as he was last year, but he's still good. He's still really good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of teams are gonna be interested in him. And I think if the Padres really want him, they're gonna have to pony up something. And I think like a starter like King or Cease or even Peralta, like I don't think that that's crazy. But I do feel like Duran is also a good fit for the Mets. The Mets also have a pretty shit outfield.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Here's another name that has been thrown around a lot.
hmm.
He hasn't been pitching well because he's returning from injury, but he's had a good couple. I think his last 3 or 4 starts have been really solid. Sandy Alcantara has started to pick it up again.
I there he's maintained a lot of interest despite sucking for most of this year.
Yeah.
Um, I think it goes to show that like sometimes the metrics do tell a deeper story than just what like is on the surface.
And we know what he's
Um,
capable of,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. So I think because we have 3 more weeks until the deadline, we'll get to see whether or not that's legit or not. Um,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like crazy opposed to that. I do
And I think
think,
the Marlins are a team that would take a Jaron Duran for 2 years, you know?
yeah, but the Marlins, I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I guess they could. I just feel bad sending Jaron Duran to a team like the Marlins.
Sucks. Totally
Um,
sucks.
but I do think like we currently have, I think we still have one of the best farm systems in baseball this year.
Yeah.
And I think, if we're in it to win it, either, if we're in it to make the playoffs this year, we're in it to win it next year. I think it's time to, you know, empty out the system, so to speak. I
Yeah,
think
there's
like
guys that are good. Honestly, Eaton is a good example. Like that guy's been pretty good. Someone would
Eaton
pick him up.
Eaton's needs a place to go. I think David Hamilton needs a place to
Hamilton
go.
needs a place to go. Yep.
Yostinson Garcia, great outfielder, great hitter. We don't need more outfielders. He
There's
needs
a
a place
massive
to
log
go.
jam. Yeah.
Yeah. Mikey Romero, shortstop, second baseman. We have a lot of those. He's got to
Yep.
go. Miguel Bleis, also an outfielder.
Yep.
Like these are good guys who like could contribute to who will contribute to a major league team. It will not be the Red Sox unless something catastrophic happens.
Yeah, we have our guys that we know are coming up, you
Yeah.
know. Um yeah, I mean those are the names off the top of my head that I think are open. The Diamondbacks is the one to keep your eye on. If they keep scuffling and they really fall out of it in these next 2, 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's calls that are going to be made for those two names in particular.
Yeah.
We shall see. I
I
mean, I
also
definitely think. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I also think we should go to the Braves for Sean Murphy for
Oh, dude,
patching.
they gotta have a. They're going to be having a fire sale over
Yeah,
there.
I mean you got to believe it. They got some. I'm sure they got like arms in the pen that can help us out. Even if we want to trade with the Blue Jays, we want to get Tyler Heineman back. You know,
Yeah,
um,
let's go get Chris Sale, dude.
honestly, like I
I
wish.
wouldn't be mad at that. I honestly
Yeah,
wouldn't be mad at that. I'd be like, ah, fuck it, whatever.
honestly, I've always been really high on like the Red Sox. I think should have always at some point made a move for Pete Alonso because I think he just like fits Fenway so well. I don't think the Mets will give him up. He does have an opt out in his contract, so like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, you never know. But I don't think with them being as good as they are, I feel like they would be really fucking up by trading him away.
100%,
Yeah,
100%. The last thing I'll say with the Braves, there's been really weird rumors circulating about Ronald Acuna, which is kind of crazy.
that they'll move
Like,
him.
yes, I don't believe any of that. And they said, oh, we're very committed to the player, but like the Red Sox said that trading Devers was not a possibility, and then they did that too.
Yeah,
So I don't know, but Acuna is kind of a red flag because of all the injuries anyway. But I just think
yeah.
it's interesting that that's even being floated.
Wouldn't it be
Um,
funny if we see that like Craig Brett, like the Boston Red Sox trade Aroldis Chapman and Jaron Duran to the Atlanta Braves for Ronald Acuna Jr. and it's just like fixes none of our problems.
yeah, it's like literally just like okay, we just got a star player, like that's it.
Like great,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, could it, man? Anything's possible with this team.
yeah.
Um,
But I don't know.
so I mean, I think we have our work cut out for us. Like we're in
Yeah,
the fight again, which is great.
yeah, definitely. And I think like I've always hated how we're both like buyers and sellers, and I'm or being both at the same time because that was how we were in the last like 2 or 3 deadlines. I think with this,
Just commit to buying.
well, this year I think we do buy by selling. Like I think selling like moving Duran like that like we can you do that and that can count as buying if the return is someone who contributes now where we need them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll
No, I
see.
mean we're lucky because we have guys that are like still within that team control realm, but only for like a couple years. Like the
Yeah.
Duran is kind of like the perfect rental player. You get him for another season, but I'd be sad to see him go, obviously
I no,
too.
I'd be so sad to see him go, but I also understand like why it's necessary because it's either him or Abreu. Both have their kind of trade-offs. Like Abreu has gotten hurt more than Duran has. But
Yeah,
Duran's like peak when he gets hot, it's not nearly as hot as when Abreu's hot.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
and
100%.
Abreu is a better defender
Oh, dude,
as well.
fuck, Abreu's like in my opinion, one of the best outfielders.
Yeah.
He's gonna be one of the best outfielders in the league, and he's gonna hit 30 homers this year.
Yeah.
So
So unfortunately, it makes a lot of sense to move Duran. Uh,
yeah,
but I think he understands that. I think everybody understands that if it's not now, it's the offseason that he gets moved.
yeah, I think that's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
well, just since we're pressed for time, you want to do
Yeah.
Rose and Thorn?
Let's do it. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. I am gonna start with my Thorn, which is like we almost like need to bring this into the next episode, but
Oh my god,
the
yes.
quote unquote, you know what I'm talking about, the quote unquote bombshell report that Rafael Devers skipped 3 first base workouts with Giants legend Will Clark.
This is my thorn as well.
What the fuck is going on with that guy, dude?
Dude,
Like
the
what's happening?
fucking disrespect. And we
What's
all,
happening?
and people were like giving Poppy shit, like, oh, David Ortiz, he's being petty about,
No, he's not. Now I get it. I'm like, dude, this guy's disrespectful,
dude,
bro.
it is disrespectful as fuck. I mean, obviously it's disrespectful to David Ortiz, disrespectful to Clark. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like,
Did you see the thing, like the Giants organization like formally apologized to Will Clark? They're like, we're so sorry that he didn't
yeah,
show up. Like,
yeah, I bet.
how do you not have now it starts to make me wonder who was actually the bad communicator between the Red Sox and Devers. You can't send a text, I'm not showing up today.
I think I don't know. I mean, I still think the Red Sox handled this poorly, even
No, they did, for sure. I'm never gonna deny that.
if
But
like Rafael Devers like came out tomorrow and like knifed anybody who tried to teach him first base, like I'd still be like, yeah, the Red Sox could have handled that better. But I don't know. It's ego, maybe like it's money. Like the
dude,
thing
he is
is,
just a child,
the
bro. He's
thing
a
is,
child.
you see this happen, and you're like, maybe there's more of the story that we'll find later on, maybe not. But for now, what it means is the San Francisco Giants are stuck with this guy for 8 more years. They're stuck paying him the
Not my
200 and
problem,
some
bro.
$1 million. It's like, okay, this is what you wanted.
I just can't believe I couldn't believe that. I was like, bro, this guy just blows off everybody. He's blowing off Hall of Famers and like club legends and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's just a selfish player. He's a selfish player. I
He
mean,
like literally like we always used to say it as like a funny thing, like, oh, Rafi just wants to hit. But it's like
yeah.
I think that's all Rafi wants to do. He doesn't want to
And
do all the
yeah,
other
I
stuff.
agree. And at a certain point, like the excuses pile up so much. Like before it was, well, I don't want to play first for the Red Sox because they disrespected me and that's why. But with the Giants, and then this is, well, the Red Sox were coming into town and I didn't want to do first base workouts right in front of them. Like, bro, you don't get that many excuses. You're not
Yeah.
5 years old. This isn't Little League.
Yeah. Also, I feel like that's a situation where like because yeah, the Boston media is pretty awful and toxic in a lot of ways. And they're going to be all over him, watching him take first base workouts for sure. But like, if I'm Rafi, I'm kind of like, because this whole situation is already like one big fuck you to the Red Sox. So like, why not
Yeah.
go out there and like do the workout and play the fuck out of first base in front of the media? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like show him up. Like,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So
Called him out.
I don't know what his thought.
Unimpressed.
It, yeah,
I'm unimpressed, man. The further away from the trade we go, the more I'm like, let's just wash our hands of that guy. Time to go.
I'm starting to feel similarly, and I think like,
Yeah.
it's like we seem to be hitting, knock on wood, it continues, but we've been hitting all right without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my rose, real quick. I know we probably had the same rose as well because you mentioned. So I'm gonna give a different one. The San Diego Padres yesterday literally robbed in one game 2 absolute like clearly over the fence home runs. Tatis robbed Josh Naylor, a fucking amazing catch like back over the wall. And then Jackson Merrill had like maybe the catch of the season. Carroll hit a deep fly ball to the 400 mark at Petco. He went all the way back, full extension over the back of the fence, and robbed an incredible home run. So just seeing one of those is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
2 in 1 game is unbelievable.
Yeah. So before I get to my Rose, just a quick fun fact that I learned today. Yesterday was the first time in Major League history where there was a leadoff inside the park home run and a walk-off inside the park home run.
Oh, the Giants had that. Yeah.
The Giants had a walk-off inside the park home run, Patrick Bailey. Lawrence Butler hit a leadoff inside the park home run for the A's.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Right?
Wow. I can't believe that's actually never happened before.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of inside the park home runs the last
There's been a lot. Yeah. I love a good inside the park home run.
Yeah, especially at Fenway because they just happen in the most crazy bullshit way. Yeah. My Rose, I mean, as I said before, Jacob Mizorowski. So
Crazy.
He gave up that leadoff homer to Shohei, and then he pitched 5 scoreless innings where he struck out 12. 12 guys he strikes out in 5 innings. That's an insane ratio.
Nah,
4
he's
hits
crazy.
and a walk. But also and this is the thing that's really crazy about him, is he did that in his first ever, he's only started 5 games. In his first start, he took a no-hitter into the 5th.
Yeah.
In his second start, he took a perfect game into the 7th. And then in his 5th start, he strikes out 12 Dodgers. Are you in 5 innings? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he's just like I keep seeing these memes of him he's like the dude from fucking The Big Lebowski. He's so chill. He's just dude, I don't give a shit. Yeah, he's crazy.
Pumped up though. You watch him strike out guys, and he's pumping his fists and shit. And it's yeah, man, I'd be that stoked too if I just struck out Ohtani, Betts, Freeman in a row. Yes,
he's such a beast. Yeah, I'm a huge fan, man. I love to see that.
Cannot wait to keep watching him pitch. He's fire. Yeah,
he is indeed.
All right, guys. All right. Yeah, as always, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Substack, Instagram, TikTok, the usual.
All the stuff,
all the stuff. We're on all the things, all the Twitters.
All the things.
All right. Yeah. See you guys next week.
Bye.
I gotta figure out how to